Hi everybody, welcome to this week's video. I thought this week I would talk about the fear of death. So after Arron died, obviously so much of my thought process went into where the heck did he go? It was so abrupt and so sudden. It was just sort of like he was there 1 minute and not the next. And because I never got a body back, it became even more profound. It just felt like he went on a business trip. So I spent a lot of months and weeks and months after thinking about where did he go? And, as I've said in other videos, I wasn't a particularly religious person, but I think I did feel like, I needed to feel like there was a place. He went to a place. I didn't know where it was, but there was a place. And so with that kind of came the release, I guess, of the fear of death, because I figured if he was in a place, then maybe someday I would be in the same place with him. And that was really comforting. And so I figured okay, well, the worst thing that could happen is that he's not in that place and that we don't get to be together. But for some reason, I think somehow the psychics had a lot to do with this, sort of, having a psychic reading, even though it wasn't my own reading, but just this idea that he was somehow trying to communicate. And then the other thing that happened with regards to him trying to communicate were the lights. So I think one of the very first stories I told was when the lights came on right after. And it was his signal to me that he was dead. He was really dead. So a bunch of months later, this is probably 6 or 8 months later, I was at work one day. And, my work was in just a nondescript kind of office building. And all of a sudden I smelled smoke. And I went next door to the office next door and said to the guy who was sitting there, do you smell smoke? I was sort of thinking, oh my God, there's a fire. There's a fire in the building.